Heyo, it's OmniDog live on Omnibroslive. Solo shot tonight. That's right. Every time I say I don't know, you take a shot. You're all going to get wasted. So this is the Wednesday question and answer show. Let me make sure I have the chat pulled up. And there it is. No, there it isn't. There it is. So some of you out there are probably wondering, gosh darn it, I'm so tired of getting my books all banged up and paying full price from shady dealers. What can I do? And you say, OmniDog, what can I do? I would say to you, if you want up to 50% off on your books with a loyalty discount, 2%, sometimes 3%, shipping in the United States is free with orders over $50, great customer service, and the best packaging in the business, where would you go? The answer is, to all your prayers, the answer is InStockTrades.com, also known as IST, our fabulous sponsor. That's right. Go there and you won't be square. And let's get it started. That's right. Cycle Cleveland, Omnipool. Hey, what's up? We got Rob McClay representing the UK. John Wilson also there. Omnipool, Psycho Cleveland. Okay. Skull Narrative. What's going on, dude? Biggie Cheese already asking a question. Thank you. Thoughts on Infinity War changing Thanos' motivation? Preferred the original motive because it made him a more original villain rather than a villain who thinks he is saving the world. Ultron. Yes. We discussed that before, maybe not in the maybe not here, but maybe in the chat with the OmniBros. And originally in Infinity War, Thanos Quest, things of this nature, he wanted the gems so he could impress the personification of death, that bony chick. I believe that I think it's going to appeal to a broader audience and be better understood. I understand that it makes him a more interesting villain if he's actually killing everybody to impress death. But I think it's probably going to appeal to a broader audience for him to have a different motivation. I think the non-comic book fan will probably understand it more. So that's just the thoughts off the top of my head. But I'd be interested to see what everybody else thinks in the chat. Yes, things of this nature. Okay. So we have questions and answers tonight, and we've got John P. in the chat. Oh, and there's Gabe Infinity Watch in the chat. He must be at work. Biggie Cheese, I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. Oh, the teenager, Chaz Sullivan. What's up, you little spud, you? Shorty Larson, I have a question about Earth 1. Now that the Green Lantern one is coming out, it piqued my interest in the other titles. Have you read the Batman, Superman, etc.? Worth a read. Let's see. I have some. Where'd they? Uh-oh, they may be upstairs now. I've read Batman and Superman. And I haven't read Teen Titans yet. So far, my favorite one is the Wonder Woman Earth 1 by Grant Morrison. That is my favorite one, but the other ones are worth a read. I'm very interested in this Green Lantern one where he's an astronaut. This sounds interesting to me, and he's got like a boring job cleaning up dust on Mars or whatever it is he's doing. This sounds really interesting to me, and it's not just his origin just retold. It's like a brand new story that sounds really cool. So I like the Superman and Batman titles. Haven't read the Teen Titans one, but I really like the Wonder Woman one. Yes, I did post about Maine Root Beer on IG. I had it the other day. It's on tap at a really good burger place here in Virginia. And yeah, Cycle Cleveland, your recommendation was directly responsible. but somebody on IG also recommended it too, I think. So yeah, excuse me, Maine root beer fresh out of the tap. They've got blueberry soda too, some other sodas that looked really good. But yeah, I dig Maine root beer. Order some Naked Lady teas. That sounds like a Caddyshack reference. What was the name of the root beer to look for at Ace Hardware? Skull Narrative has it right. That would be Frost Top. Kenny Crayley, how's it going, buddy? Greetings, OmniDog from Ethan Johnson. Hey, how's it going? Good to talk to you. Oh, you're Heath Houston on IG. What's that from? Yeah, you definitely are the main reason. Just watched the Lost in Space trailer for Netflix. Looks good. Yeah, I'm going to give it a shot. I think it looks really interesting. Brandon Robinson, everybody show some love to Jess, who was all alone. Smash that like button. Yeah, if you could, please smash the like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. We also have an Instagram account. Omnibroslive has an Instagram account. And I bet I was supposed to promote something else. Oh, we're on iTunes with a podcast. So remember to podcast us. Kenny Crayley asked, just now that Supergirl Rebirth is being canceled after issue 20, who would you want to write her next? I hope Sterling Gates writes her again. Sterling Gates was good. I bet Bendis could do a good job on Supergirl. I know nobody else likes Bendis besides me on the entire planet, it sounds like. I definitely think I would... oh, yeah, Heath Houston from Fear Agent. Okay. That's right. Remember to follow OmniBros on Instagram for more live videos. Gabe did a live video today or yesterday, I think. And he's always filling it with content. Greetings from Italy. Nice. Email us at omnibroslive@gmail.com. Psycho Cleveland got Too Cool to Be Forgotten, which is a great book from Amazon today. Okay, good. Pod Addicts on Android is what you can listen to. This sounds like all I'm doing is promoting OmniBros and not answering many questions. What is the best Bendis book? I think it's his Daredevil. That's my own opinion. Okay, good. Yeah, Gabe's with me. He likes Bendis. Good. Shorty Larson likes Bendis. Just, did you ever wear those Wonder Woman socks? They didn't fit me. I sent them to Emily Donnelly, a friend of mine, Brendan and Emily Donnelly. They didn't fit her. They fit like her kids. Those Wonder Woman socks were kids' socks, so they wouldn't even fit a woman. I wish I had known that when I made the video. That would have made it even better because those Wonder Woman socks were lame. They were like kids' socks. Oh, good. Bendis did say on Twitter that he has big plans for Supergirl in his Superman run. Awesome. Jess, is Powers any good? Powers. I like it. I think that the only problem I have with it, I like the writing. I do have a hard time with the artist. Michael Avon Fleming, whatever his name is. I'm sure you guys will correct me. But here, let me go to my Powers Omnibus. Michael Avon Emming. Yeah, I kind of struggle with his art. It's a good story. I really like it, but I kind of struggle with his art. That's my only issue, Sledge. and that's just me. I mean, obviously he gets a lot of work, so a lot of people must like his art. I struggle with it a little bit. It seems sometimes it's hard for me to make out what's going on in it. So that's me. Jess still needs to post his haul on Instagram. I know I have to do that. Still needs to. If anyone misconstrued. Hey, Matt Miranda. Good. I have a mod in the chat now. Good. Ooh, Ultimate Spider-Man by Bendis. Yeah, that's awesome too. What is your favorite Bendis run? I think Daredevil, but that Ultimate Spider-Man run is also an amazing run. So I'm actually looking forward to see what he can do on Superman. Bendis is top 3 for me. Okay, good. Jess, I'm trying to. Here's where you take your first shot. Jess, I'm trying to get into pre-2000 Fantastic Four. Can you recommend a run? I don't know. You have to take your first shot now if you're playing the drinking game. I am not an expert on Fantastic Four by any stretch. So Gabe is in the chat, and Gabe would be a good person to answer that question. Pre-2000 Fantastic Four. Shorty Larson, I really like the Brubaker, Aha, Fraction, Iron Fist run. Are there any other runs of Iron Fist I should read? Yeah, the current, I think it was put out last year. I'd have to go into the annex right there to find the exact writer of it, but that was good. The most recent Iron Fist from Marvel, I think it was called The Immortal Iron Fist. I thought that was good. New Hellboy Library Edition Volume 3 got restocked this week. It was the last one I need. Good job. Good job. I like Bendis for it. Almost got the Infinity box set, but since I only care about Gauntlet, just saved it for the Phase 3 movie box set, which will probably be just as expensive. Matt Miranda says, Ashley Khan is one of the best things I've ever seen, and just another reason why I love the group and all its wonderful memories. I agree. That Mike Ashley virtual con on the Omnibus Collectors comic swap and community was amazing. That thing from Mike Ashley. Mike Noah and Christopher Walker got that. Let me make sure I'm saying Christopher's name right, because he deserves a ton of credit since he came up with that. He and Mike Noah, Christopher Walker, yeah. Those guys did an amazing job to present. Mike Ashley does not get a chance to get out of the house much. So they had a number of creators, Mike Noah and Christopher Walker, had a number of creators that they took vids of, saying hi to Mike and his family, doing commissions free, all kinds of sketches, all kinds of signed books, posters and comics and books and everything, and sent them to Mike. Mike Ashley, he had a ton of videos to watch. It was an amazing gesture. And gesture. Yeah, gesture. Jester, that's me. Well, I'm running behind here. Let's see. Which writer and character would you put together and why? I would put Grant Morrison and Moon Knight together. That sounds good. That sounds really good. James Clerk Maxwell, what's your favorite Morrison comic? My favorite Grant Morrison comic. I think my favorite Grant Morrison comic, the one that I think is the most well, I love that Wonder Woman Earth 1. I also love Joe the Barbarian. But I also love New X-Men. Since he created the Stepford Cuckoos, I'm going to say New X-Men. Ultimate Spider is my favorite run. Shot time. Joe Jessup says John Byrne's Fantastic Four for pre-2000. Gabe Infinity Watch says Walt Simonson and Kirby and Lee for pre-2000. Let's see. Yeah, John Byrne's run gets a lot of love. So there's the answer. John Byrne and Walt Simonson's Fantastic Four. The Claremont Fantastic Four is great fun by Gabe. Yeah, I knew he would be the one to answer that question. Definitely. Jess, which era did you think Supergirl? This has to be Kenny Crayley because it's about Supergirl. Which era did you think Supergirl was most powerful? Pre-Crisis, post-Crisis, New 52, Rebirth, or her CW TV series? I'm going to say, based on the fear that she generated as a Red Lantern and how powerful she was, I'm going to say New 52. However, of course, that's just my opinion. Shorty Larson asked, did you read Superman Red Sun, and where would you rank it in the Superman mythos of stories? As far as an Elseworld story, I rank it #1. I think it's, some of those Elseworld stories are pretty darn good of Superman. Gosh, but I love Red Sun. I think it's tops. So I would place it right up there, 1 or 2. Claremont FF, I read most of. I just Marvel would put out an Omni, right? Mr. Johnny, gosh darn it. This thing goes. Mr. Johnny Kid, hi, how's it going? Breathe, just breathe. These questions are coming so fast that I don't have a chance to breathe. Brian McCormick just joined. What's up, dude? Joe Jessup, his Doom Patrol. Grant Morrison's Doom Patrol. Yeah, that was in groundbreaking material, I think. Let's see. David Codd asks, which franchise has a more jumbled collection of runs, X-Men or Spider-Man? Luis was supposed to review Codpiece Thor tonight. Matt Miranda's right. That hoser. Oh, I can't believe he got out of it. Oh, wretched dude. Which franchise has a more jumbled collection of runs, X-Men or Spider-Man? I'll say X-Men. Just because I don't want you taking another shot too quick. Animal Man is awesome. 18 Days I haven't read. John P. doing an awesome job reading Gary's love letter from Howard Stern. Looks like he's going to quote the whole thing by heart, which is awesome. Any good Sue Storm statues out there? I've only got the Sue Storm action figure, which is all I've got. This is cool. She's already turning a little bit invisible on her hands. Just some people are confused with the new Neil Adams Batman trade paperback. Yeah, I'm confused too. Is it same material as the Omnibus? Does it have the original art? That is a good question, Omnipool. I haven't seen it to judge. I need to go to a comic book store and look through it because I'm not going to take the chance. I saw some pages today on the group, and it looked to me like it was re-inked and recolored. I'd have to see it in person though, because it was brave and bold. It was Batman and the Creeper that I saw, and that looked awfully modern to me. It did not look like the old coloring. So I would be careful with that trade. If you're trying to get original Neil Adams artwork, I would be careful. I would flip through it at a comic book store, and I should flip through it and go to a comic book store and flip through it so I can tell people, warn people about what it is. Did we talk about DC's Black Label coming out? Thoughts? We did talk about it last Thursday. I don't have a list in front of me of the new comics, but between Marvel's fresh new lineup and DC's Black Label, I think we were more excited for Black Label. I personally was more excited for Black Label. The concept sounded really interesting to me and something that I'm really looking forward to. Marvel's fresh dozen eggs or whatever they're calling it does have some good stuff that I'm looking forward to, but I think Black Label sounded more interesting to me. Chaz Sullivan, you bought it? Are we talking about the Neil Adams Batman trade paperback? Oh, yeah, that was me who posted those pictures in the group. Oh, okay, Omnipool. Kenny Crayley, Jess, which super pet is better? Comet the super, Streaky the super cat, or Crypto the super dog? Crypto, but Streaky is also cool. But Crypto is the main dog. Peter David on Avengers. Is that a question? Is he going to be writing Avengers? If so, that sounds interesting. I see, Leighton, you're asking that question. Make that a longer question so I know exactly what you're asking. Shorty Larson, Punisher Platoon. He read Punisher Platoon. I think you would like it. You should check it out. I definitely want to. I've heard great things about it. Jess, what do you think of Laura losing the Wolverine moniker and regaining the X-23 name? She's got a new series coming in June, I think. I think that I don't mind it. It'd be interesting if they just called her Laura. Julio Jimenez, I believe, recommended that. That'd be cool if they just called her Laura. I'm somebody that doesn't have a problem with her being Wolverine because I think she's boss. But I get it that Wolverine's now back in the community, and so they're going to be calling her X-23. That's not the kind of thing that I get worked up about. You know, she's Laura, she's X-23, she was Wolverine. Pick them, whatever. I'm okay. Chris M. Never heard of Streaky the cat? This is Supergirl's pet. Yeah, Streaky the super cat. That's Supergirl's pet. Joe Jessup, will Grant Morrison come back to either DC or Marvel? Get ready to take a shot. I don't know. It's a good question. Good question. I just don't know. Oh, okay. Leighton Watson. Peter David on Avengers, just to the writer book mashup question from earlier. Okay, yeah, I think that would be good too, because I love Peter David. Shorty Larson, I know you like Postal. Did you see that Postal Laura came out today? I did not. So that's an issue that came out. I think they're going to be collecting all those. There was a series of 2 or 3 one-shots that were coming out after issue 25 ended the series. I am looking forward to that. Postal is one of my favorites. I really like it. Sledge asks, Jess, are you into video games? God of War and Yakuza 6 is coming out next month. I played the first God of War on my PlayStation 2, I think, and I loved that game, but I haven't played it since. And I'm willing to play Yakuza. I'm willing to play that because it sounds like an interesting storyline. I do like. Right now, I'm playing Oh, what am I playing? I haven't played it in a couple of weeks, so I'm blanking on its name. Uh, Senua's Sacrifice. Senua's Sacrifice Hellblade. I'm playing that. That's a lot of fun. David Codd doing shots of Cherry Coke Zero. Nice. Avatar, read the Infinity Prologue from the box set. Good for you. I haven't had a chance. I haven't. All I've had a chance to do is open the thing, which is more than I've done with my Shakira box set, which still has the cellophane on it. That's right. Uh, so I'm also playing video game wise. My daughter and I are playing Uncharted 4, which is a long game. We have been playing that for months, it feels like. She does all the climbing and sneaking around, and I do all, and then she passes the controller to me and I do all the shooting. So it's a good game for both of us to play. Yakuza 6 is going to be the end of the main protagonist story. Sledge, do I have to know everything going on? Do I have to play 1 through 5, or am I going to be okay just picking up Yakuza 6? Ryan Barrett, out of everything solicited so far for 2018, which single book are you most looking forward to? I just bought it. It's getting shipped to me. That would be Irredeemable 5. I have been waiting a long time to finish it up, and I can't wait to get Irredeemable 5. Other books that I'm looking forward to: Legion of Superheroes, Omnibus Volume 2, Silver Age, and Silver Age Supergirl Volume 2. I know that those don't appeal to a lot of people, but those appeal to me. The Carnage Omnibus, I'm looking forward to that because I don't know much about Carnage, and I want to read that omnibus to learn more about him. The Venomnibus I'm looking forward to. Let's see. I think Carnage was the big Omni that I was looking forward to. Let's see. Swamp Thing Absolute. That's a good one. Chris M's still offering me up to $43 now for my Shakira box set. Yeah, I mean Akira, but we've been calling it Shakira. Iron Cardinal only plays Fallout. Okay. Skull Narrative, Swamp Thing Absolute. That is going to be really nice. I'm also looking forward to Transmet Volume 3 Absolute. Jamodaman, Jess, I think I remember you saying you were playing Assassin's Creed Origins with your daughter. A new expansion came out that lets you fight undead pharaohs and giant scorpions. That sounds cool. We haven't actually gotten to Origins yet. We want to finish Uncharted first, and then we're going to start playing Assassin's Creed Origins. But that sounds awesome to fight undead pharaohs and giant scorpions. Shorty Larson, we all know you have a love of primates. Have you read any of the Kong on the Planet of the Apes series? I have not. I'm not familiar with that. Now, that doesn't count. Just because I'm not familiar with it doesn't mean I don't know. So you can't take a shot. Jesse, you going to see the new Tomb Raider movie? The preview looked actually more complex and interesting than I thought it was going to look. So perhaps if my movie buddy wants to see it, I'll go see it with her. Sledge, each game has a recap before. Okay, I might be interested in Yakuza 6 then. That's cool. John P. is doing an awesome job on the Gary Delabate love letter. A lot of people are looking forward to Infinite Crisis Omnibus. Yeah. Miles Morales and Runaways Omnibus from Iron Cardinal. Those are two. I'm definitely going to be getting the Miles Morales one. I'm going to be sticking with my oversized hardcovers for Runaways. Joe Jessup says Carnage was boring. That's too bad. I'm looking forward to it. Jess, you have raved about Irredeemable quite a bit. I might buy that. Avatar, it's my favorite book of all time with my favorite ending. I'm looking forward to getting that 5th volume so I can blaze through it, read it, and then do a video on it. Ryan Barrett, yes, you definitely need to read Irredeemable. I think it's Wade's best. I'm not sure why you're slacking either. The art's not your favorite style? Well, I get it. I happen to like the art, but everybody knows art is subjective. Cycle Cleveland, also known as John P., is doing the Gary Delabate love letter from Howard Stern, and it's awesome. I miss you, I miss you, I miss you. Chris M., I will get you some postal signature books with remarks. My signature, mind you. Assassin's Creed Origins is awesome. Okay, good. I'm looking forward to that. Okay, what are the DC Absolute editions coming this year? Gosh, I don't have a list in front of me. I mean, we've mentioned Swamp Thing, Alan Moore's Swamp Thing, Transmet. I think Kingdom Come is getting a reprint. I'll tell you something else that's actually looking interesting is the American Vampire Omnibus. That sounds good. And I hope that this year, before the end of the year, we see Metal Omnibus. That would be awesome. Does anyone, Shorty Larson asks, does anyone know if the Soul Astonishing X-Men series is any good? Ryleymo has told me that it's good. I have not read it, but he told me that it's good. Noing. DC episode. Oh, yeah, Batman Killing Joke also. Rob McClay burned through Irredeemable. That's because it's so awesome. Kenny Crayley looking forward to Superman Exile Omnibus. Yeah, that's a good slab. I will check it out. I might check that out. I'll have to see. I'm going to wait to see exactly what the exact contents are. I'm sure I read it back in singles. It hasn't been high on my list, but it is something that I might check out. Chris M., I have to revisit Irredeemable. Got all the singles. Dude, you've got to read it. You're not remembering the ending. Okay. It's a brilliant ending. +1 Irredeemable commission for Jess. That's right. Mark Wade owes me another $1. And the Annihilation Complete Collection. Yeah, that's a way to finally get the story. Let's see. I thought that Chris M said that I thought that first astonishing single kind of sucked. Okay, well, that's a negative check mark on that book. Let's see. I feel the same way about the first volume of Hickman's FF Run. Jess, have you heard of Tay Zonday and his hit song Chocolate Rain? Doomfella, I have not. Yeah, they are giving Joe Jessup, they are giving Killing Joke an Absolute. American Vampire Omnibus sounds great. Yep. I have. Charlie Rogers asks if I've read Incorruptible. Yes, I have. It's good. It's very good. It's not irredeemable, but it's still really good. And as far as I know, I have only seen it in the trade paperbacks. I don't know about any plans to put it out in an oversized hardcover. So far, I've only seen it in trades. Jess, is Madman Omnibus going to be reprinted? Allred is an amazing artist. I totally agree that Allred's Madman is awesome. I have not heard anything about any of those books getting reprinted, which is a shame. They're both they both came out, Gargantua and Atomica. came out and sold out pretty quickly, I think. And they're big books too. That's up to him. Since that's Image, it's up to him really if he wants to do it. I know it's a serious financial shot to take, excuse me, but I think that maybe if he decides, somebody needs to talk to him at a con and ask him that, just because it's up to him. Chase Chu, an actual metal Omni would be crazy. Yeah. Snyder told, we've gotten confirmation on that, vague confirmation on that, kind of not for public disbursement or distribution, whatever word I'm trying to find, that says that Snyder has said off the record that there's going to be a metal omnibus coming out. I don't know if it's going to be this year or next year. I really want it to be this year. Do I think metal will get an absolute at some point? If the omnibus sells well, it's possible. I am alone today. Yeah, I am alone today. Ms. Camerule. Luis had work to do, like for his job. Or he didn't want to review Codpiece Thor, as Matt Miranda suggested. Ryan Barrett, you definitely need to get Irredeemable. Okay, I'm just scrolling back now. Yeah, Ryan Barrett, you got to get it. First Soul X Astonishing X-Men trade is 99 cents right now in the crazy Comixology sale. Are you picking up Nailbiter 2 this week? I did pick it up. And when I get it, I'm going to read both. I read it in singles, the first part in singles, and then but I haven't finished the story. So I hope Volume 2 finishes the story, because I definitely ordered it. It's a hit YouTube song. Okay. I'll listen to it. As far as YouTube goes, I don't really listen to, well, I listen to some music on YouTube. Nailbiter's hardcovers look cool. Iron Cardinal did a blind buy in American Gods hardcover yesterday. Any good? Looked interesting. American Gods, the book, the prose book. If you're talking about the prose book, because I think the comic just came out. It's one of the best prose books I've ever read, American Gods. I thought that book was amazing, if that's what you're talking about. James Clerk Maxwell, all Image comics got hardcovers except Postal. Why? It depends on the creator. Since the creator, I believe with Image, the creator has to pony up the dough ahead of schedule to print something. The sales numbers may or may not warrant a hardcover. It's strictly a money game, and they're the ones that know whether or not a hardcover may or may not sell. Omnipool, OMG Jess, I'm enjoying the Harley Quinn Omnibus. Yes! I'm enjoying that Harley Quinn Omnibus by Connor and Palmiotti. I've not yet finished it, but I'm having so much fun and cannot wait for Volume 2. That makes me happy, Omnipool. That makes me really happy. I'm so glad you're enjoying it. Really. Nice. David Codd, I read all 7 Incorruptible trades in 2 days. Starts off really strong, yeah, but the latter arcs are a little weaker. Ends well, though. Right. Whoops. This zipped through to the end. It keeps doing that, so I miss a bunch of things. Shorty Larson, what is your top 3 superhero movies? Is Darkman one of them? Darkman was great. It really was great. Top 3 superhero movies. Hmm. I loved the first Iron Man. I loved Guardians of the Galaxy, the first one. And I loved Wonder Woman. Let's see. So since those are the ones I can think of, I just saw Thor Ragnarok and I loved that movie. That thing was just a crack up and it was exciting. I really loved that movie. That's in my top 5, Thor Ragnarok. Skull Narrative, is Generation X a good read? Yeah, I read that and I reviewed it. Peter M. Crushing Crisis recommended it to me. It is a good book. It's, as far as I know, it's only one thin trade paperback now. So, I mean, it'll take you half an hour to read, but it's really good, really interesting. I liked it. Good Omens, Skull Narrative, Good Omens is great as well. Yeah. I read that so long ago, I could reread that because I don't remember it. Ms. Cameron, the upcoming Gotham City Sirens Omni, is it good? Does the run tie in or have any impact on any Batman run? I don't remember. First of all, it's great. The first 2/3 of it are great. The last third of it is very good because it's not written by Paul Dini, but it's still good. The art is decent throughout. I think that it's one of my favorite books. I can't. That's another omnibus I'm looking forward to. That's something that as soon as I get it, I'm going to start reading it. I don't care if it's that thick. I know it's not, but I'm going to read it right away. Um, as far as I remember, I don't remember it tying into Batman at all. So I think you're. If I don't think it impacts Batman at all. But it's a great, great read. It's a ton of fun with great art. Get ready to take a shot. Jimmy Owens, how's it going, dude? Israel Gayton, how's it going? Any other Mark Waid recommendation? Mark Waid, Fantastic Four is good. Oh my gosh, what isn't good? Mark Waid, Daredevil. I think anything Mark Waid writes is great. Mark Waid, Kingdom Come. Um, Mark Waid's great. Everything that he writes is great. Mark Waid's Flash is great. Um, have I read Camelot 3000? I have a long time ago, like back in the 90s or whenever it came out. I remember liking it a lot, but I could not even begin to tell you what it's about anymore. But I remember liking it a lot back when it came out. And Tokyo Drift, Winter Soldier, what are these about? Okay, Doomfella asked a question. Get ready to take a shot, everybody. Jess, what is your favorite ecstatics moment? I don't know. I haven't read it. Everybody take a shot. Jacob asked, ever read Claremont's Extreme X-Men? I have not. Maybe somebody, that's a question for Omar or Riley. They would be able to tell you that. Unfortunately, when it comes to X-Men, if this was an X-Men show, you'd all be blasted drunk right now because I'd be saying I don't know about almost everything. Um, I'm just I just don't. What is the best Aquaman run? I think Dominic. I believe that every the general consensus is that it's Peter David's. People like that even better than the New 52 and the Rebirth run. Um, and I'm inclined to agree. The entire Gabe Infinity Watch video. That was Gabe pledging his love to the Infinity Watch Omnibus. Do, 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 do. Good Omens will be a show. Game is development again. Oh, Ron Swanson signed on to join the cast. Which Flash should I start? The Wade run, or the Johns run? The Johns one. That's right, Skull Narrative. I'm not solo. I got my gals. They're all right behind me. Chris M. Jess, have you read the hard case stuff? Do you know if they came out in hardcover? Get ready to knock one back. I don't know. I have not read hard case before. Shorty asked, what two omnibus would you want washed ashore if you're stranded on an island? Well, I hope they're obviously in waterproof packaging. But my favorite book in my whole collection is the Naughty and Nice collection by Bruce Timm. So I'd want that. And then another book. What book could I just reread? Probably Absolute Justice. I can reread that thing every 6 months and be happy. So those would be the two. Jess, have you ever read Wade's Khazar? No, I have not. Jess, do you think the Gotham City Garage Girls will be the new bombshells in terms of statues? I have 2 of them. Do you want to see them? Let's go. We'll take a field trip. We'll check out the Gotham City Garage Girls. I don't know that they'll be the new bombshells because they're a little bit expensive. One thing about those bombshells is that they were affordable. Okay, there's Wonder Woman and there's Harley. Wonder Woman has tattoos on her wrists right there, as you can see, her forearms and wrists. And there's Harley. So and then I'm going to get Supergirl, and that will probably be the last statue that I get because I'm out of room. As you can see, I'm out of room. Cycle Cleveland, that's right. You need to take 4 shots of whatever your favorite thing to drink is. Skull Narrative says he'd want washed up on an island Rachel Rising and Fractions Hawkeye. Interesting. Gosh darn it, this thing keeps jumping ahead. Love that action. Jess, ecstatics will open your eyes. Okay. I'm happy to read it. Maybe I can get to it this year. Jacob asks, what are some underrated Marvel runs or stories from the 70s? I will say Werewolf by Night is underrated from the 70s. I think Doctor Strange books from the 70s are good. course, we're talking Bronze Age stuff. So, Doctor Strange. This is just the stuff I've read. Werewolf by Night, Moon Knight stuff was interesting. Tomb of Dracula was okay. I'm gonna have to go with that answer. Jess, have you read End League by Rick Remender? I have not. I own it, but I haven't read it yet. That's another drinking game we could play. I own it, but I haven't read it yet. That you guys would be wasted by the end of that one. No one special. With all the Black Panther hype right now, are we ever going to be getting a Black Panther omnibus? That is a good question because it depends on Black Panther sales of comics. I would be surprised if we didn't at least get one, like Don McGregor or Christopher Priest run, Don McGregor run, maybe even the original Black Panther stuff. But I would think at least the Don McGregor run would get an omnibus. Okay, Omnipool. Good night. Take care. I already, Cycle Cleveland said, did everyone take advantage of Amazon having the Pogo box set for 58% off? I did. I have it. And Pogo's amazing if you like great comic strips that are classic. Jess, did you pick up Inside Mebius Volume 1? I did not. Let's see. Does she have ham and eggs tatted on her knuckles? Cycle Cleveland's going to be doing shots of bourbon. Brandon Robinson says, out of room, make room. Is that Superman on the door? Yeah, we can take another field trip. Superman's on the door here. As you can see, there's Supes on the door. My Batman masks from Batman Day a few years ago. And here's some cool statues. Here's my latest statue. Two latest statues right here. We've got Zatanna and Starfire right here. Zatanna came with broken fire. I had to glue her fire back in her hand. I don't know if you can see these that well, but those are decent. What's the pinball machine? It's not turned on right now, but it is Star Trek. Oh, no, you can't. There we go. You can see it a little bit there. That's the pinball machine. Doomfella, Jess, in your opinion, what are the freshest, most dope sneakers of all time? That would be my Superman and Batman All-Star Converses that I got a few years ago. David Codd, what vinyls have you been spinning recently? I can tell you right now. I have been playing all week the Lush box set. I've been playing that all week. It's got like 5 vinyl records in it. They're all colored vinyl, as a matter of fact. That's one right there on the turntable that I've been playing. Jess, do you think Postal will get a hardcover, or is it too underrated for the hardcover treatment? Brandon, that depends on sales. It's gotten enough sales that it's come out in trades. I think that it's a pretty popular series. I wouldn't be surprised if it does eventually come out in an oversized hardcover. But that's just my guess. Props on your cave, Jess. Thank you. Thoughts on Frank Miller writing Superman? Biggie Cheese, I'm kind of nervous. I think he needs adult supervision. I'm very nervous about Frank Miller writing Superman. It's an interesting thought experiment, but it's different when it really comes out on paper. So I'm sort of nervous about it. Lush, you're overrated. Psycho Cleveland, shut your whore mouth. So you're catching the movie. Is Frank Miller 80 yet? I don't know. Boy, he does seem to be old. Pogo's great if you love stuff that doesn't suck. That's true. Pogo is awesome. Do you think Nick Cage would have made a good Superman? Maybe. Depends on the script. Hey, Jess, where do you shop in the U.S.? I shop at... do you want me to do an in-stock trades commercial, or do you want me to do my local comic shop? My local comic shop is Third Eye Comics in Annapolis, Maryland. I'm due to go there. I have a ton of stuff. I'm sure I've got a ton of pops and statues and comics and stuff there. I don't collect floppies anymore, but I do still collect the Harley Quinn floppies. But yeah, Third Eye Comics in Annapolis is where I shop. Let's see. Biggie Cheese. Best way to collect Dixon's Nightwing. That is a question for Sherlock Alexi in the group. He is a huge Dixon Nightwing fan. So I have to admit I haven't read it. So that counts as another shot. I don't know. Sorry. And which run do you prefer? Matt Fraction's Hawkeye or David Walker's Power Man and Iron Fist? I will say Matt Fraction's Hawkeye. Shorty Larson asks, oh, is that Deathstroke Rebirth any good? Yes. Christopher Priest's Rebirth is of Deathstroke. Very good. And you don't need to know anything about him. I went in ice cold, knowing nothing about Deathstroke. It's really good. I enjoyed it a lot. Yes, you saw the Starship Enterprise, Rick Easton. Good to hear from you, Rick. I know you've been out in the snow covering it for local news. Cycle Cleveland asks, is anyone going to a con this summer that Matt Kint will be at? That's a good question. Do you have any CGC graded books in your collection? I do. They're all in safe deposit boxes in the bank, so I can't show you any. But yeah, I do have some. Starfire seems like an ineffective firewoman. Yeah, she's trying to put her own fire out. Has anyone suggested you need to step up the statue collection? A little light. I mean, if you're going to collect, you need to commit. Chris M., you have a good point. I mean, when you have a point, you have a point. You're right. Yeah, those kicks are fresh and exciting, Doomfella. They are cool high tops that I got about 5 years ago. I refuse to pay attention to anybody that says Lush are overrated. That's ridiculous. There's an It vinyl exclusive to WonderCon, seen it in my poster group. Jesse, you getting the Mondo Batman, the animated series 1/6 figure? I am not. I am getting something I pre-ordered from Mondo a year ago. Is a Harley Quinn statue with her playing records, and it's called "Waiting for the J-Man," waiting for my J-Man. That is coming in, and I'm getting that statue, the Green Lantern bombshell of Jessica Cruz, and then the sideshow Zatanna and the Supergirl Gotham Garage are going to be the last statues I can get, because otherwise I'm absolutely out of room. So, which is why I had to sell this statue. I sold it to somebody in Crypto's Den, a very nice statue, but I simply have no room for it. I had to sell it to make room, and it shouldn't be here. It should be in the mail, but I couldn't find a box for it today. So I'm going to go box hunting tomorrow. Chocolate Rain. Okay, Chocolate Rain. I will listen to Chocolate Rain on YouTube. Third Eye Omnibros meetup Easter weekend. I'll be in town. That is an interesting idea, David Codd. We should see if we could get Jameson to join us. That'd be a good idea. I'll see if Jameson can go there. Do people take Easter Monday off? Is that a day? I know Easter's April 1st, but do people take Easter Monday off? I don't think so. Third Eye meetup is happening this summer after an epic bicycle journey. Only meeting you after you shower first after that bicycle journey. What is it? Lush from the UK 90s? Yeah, exactly. Man, past Jess is really messing up present Jess. Past Jess is a jerk. I hate past Jess. He's an absolute jerk. He's ruining my life. Present Jess could have had a good thing going, and past Jess has just ordered all this stuff, and he's a total jerk. I hate him. Paulo Snow, is a true Batman Odyssey is the greatest piece of fiction ever written? Oh, Paulo, you know me better than that. Don't mess with me. No one special. Is there a reason why there isn't any deluxe hardcovers of the Green Lantern Rebirth stuff? That is a good question. Get ready to take a shot. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. Green Lantern's really good. I enjoyed Green Lanterns, and I enjoyed Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why they don't do it. They really should. Okay, now you guys are just being mean about Lush. Yeah, Cycle Cleveland. That's like the 5th or 6th shot. Sebastian Larson, where did you buy the Red Hood, Batgirl, and Nightwing figures, and can you show them closer up? Sure. I'll show you all the Batman. Whoop. I hit the button. There we go. Here they are. These are all the Kotobukiya with a Darwin Cook in there. And I think I just got them probably on eBay, or I got them back when they were first released, and I got them at my local comic shop. But I think they're probably available on eBay now. Okay, let's see. Anyone read Earth, One Lantern yet? I have not. Velvet Underground. Oh, I just got a box set of Velvet Underground that I took pictures of, but I didn't. Where's my Velvet Underground? Oh, here it is. Here's a whole Herkin Velvet Underground box set with all these. This will probably be the next thing I play. It's got all these albums. All these albums. Let's see. John Wilson has something interesting to say about colored vinyl. Just I was going through some stuff while clearing the house. Found all my vinyl 10 inches. Police LPs, 10-inch Stuart Copeland colored vinyl. Ooh, colored vinyl right up my street. It sure is. I am soloing today. Luis had to work. Do you have a movie and or game collection too, or just books, vinyls, and statues in that cave of paradise? Just books, vinyls, and statues, really. We can take another in a little bit. I'll take you to show you what's on the wall. I do have a diner area. I'd have a diner booth. It's Omar's birthday, so he's spending it with his family. I can show you the diner booth too if you want, and I can show you a wall of statues too. Yeah, I'm happy to show you whatever you want to see. We'll take another field trip. Here's a wall of statues. A shelf of statues and old radios that I collect. And we can take a trip over to the diner booth. This is cool. This is a comic spinner rack that I got. That was a good birthday present. And then here's the diner booth. And then here is the soda fountain bar with the rogue statue box that should have been mailed out today that I just sold at Crypto's Den. Was that Batman vinyl on the wall? Yeah. That was the Batman from the animated series. Good eye. Let's see, I'm sorry I'm not getting a really good picture there. Where's Potsy? Yeah, I have a jukebox too. So you're getting a tour of the basement tonight. Yeah. Here are kind of a pop case with some comics. Sorry about the reflection. Some statues there. And then here's another case. Case of comics and pops and stuff. So yeah, you get a tour. Why not? We have used the booth for dining before. I'm going to use it to do my taxes tomorrow. I'm going to spread out my taxes and do them on the diner booth, unfortunately. Yeah, my wife feels the same way, Jimmy O'Demand. That's an amazing basement. Still can't imagine how you managed to fill so much of it up and now running out of room. My wife asked me the same question. Vader, yeah. I have a Vader bank. You press him, and he says something. We can go take a look at that if you want. See if the battery's still working it. Let's hope.
Impressive. Most impressive. But you are not a Jedi yet.
That was cool. Jess, have you been to Fort Bragg? I've been to Fort Bragg, California, but I have not been to Fort Bragg in the Carolinas. Kenny Crayley has the same Vader bank. Cool. I got that a long time ago. Yeah, I don't know what my statues are up to when I go to bed. It's a good question. So I've been on for an hour and 15 minutes, and we have our most viewers right now. If you're new to the chat, you need 5 shots to catch up to everybody else. I didn't know the answer to 5 questions, so grab your favorite drink and take 5 shots of it to catch up with everybody else. Now that I have the highest amount of viewers, the questions have dried up, and I've been giving everybody a tour of everything. Actually, small soldiers too. We might as well see the rest of the collection, which is up here. There you got Jane Foster Thor, Black Canary, Emma Frost, Power Girl, my Spider-Man that are all jumping around. There's the Goon over there. I've already answered that question, and I'm sticking with it. Cycle Cleveland, quit it. So if you didn't see the Monday show, I recommended Becky Cloonan's Punisher. It's still here on my desk, so I can recommend it. Becky Cloonan's Punisher, 3 volumes. First one's called On the Road, and I believe it's the last Steve Dillon artwork. I highly recommend Becky Cloonan's Punisher. The second one is called End of the Line. Artwork's a little different, but it's still a great story. And it specifically says parental advisory, not for kids. So you know it's good. And then the third one's called King of the New York City Streets, King of the New York Streets. It's extremely violent, very graphic, and I think Becky Cloonan does a great job. So that's some book you should pick up. No, it's not the wrong answer. Everyone can drink, but it's, I know, most of my shelves are Marvel statues. It's funny. They just look great. Let's see, just finished Day Tripper. Any thoughts from when you read it? That's a book I need to reread. I read it a long time ago. I remember I loved it, but I can't remember any specifics. In the group, Fariha just finished it, so she'd be a good one to answer your questions about that. The organization and presentation along with the immersion is most impressive. Thank you. Chris M. didn't like Day Tripper. I do remember liking it. I'll have to read it again because it's been a while since I've read it. That doesn't count as I don't know. That's an I can't remember. That's a different game. Let's see. Here's a book I'm looking forward to reading. Joyride Volume 3. I can't wait to read this. I need to get that upstairs in the middle of my planetary read. Just check out Hillbilly. It's in the same universe as The Goon. Okay. Is it collected yet, or is it in singles? That sounds good. I also got Super Sons, which I'm looking forward to. And Batman and Harley Quinn. This is set in the animated series. Ty Templeton, he's a good writer. Joyride is great. Hillbilly has 2 trades. Okay, good. Okay, I'll totally check them out. I'd put the first arc of Hillbilly against any arc of Goon. Really? Okay. I did a review of Joyride on OmniDog's Vault. Oh, and this is the conclusion of it. The crew of the Joyride is fractured. A year has passed since they stared down the void at the far reaches of space. With friends lost, the crew went their separate ways and haven't spoken since. They created new lives and identities in hope of moving on, but there's one thing that could bring them back together: a return to Earth to take on the ruling fascist regime once and for all. Wow, I didn't know that this was the final arc. I will definitely be reading this. Yeah, I did a review. Sam, I am. Check out OmniDog's Vault. That's my channel where I did a Joyride review for the first 2 books. And that will tell you exactly what's going on in those books. OmniDog's Vault on YouTube. How many books are still sealed? If I haven't read it yet, it's still sealed. I'm one of those guys. Sorry about that, but I keep my books sealed until I'm ready to read them. And that means that there could be some giant flaw in the book, and I won't know till 3 years later when I finally open the book. I know it's a personality flaw. That's the way I am. Cycle Cleveland. I plan on time trialing up and down Lake Erie bike path in a couple hours. I have a splitting headache. Is that from the shots you've done from the I Don't Know game? Let's see. What else? What else did I pick up that I think is interesting? Anybody out there still like Bendis? This is supposed to be good. Invincible Iron Man by Bendis. Of course, it's still sealed because I haven't read it yet. And I also picked up, I got a bunch of good books this week. Deadpool Minibus. I am looking forward to this. Here's a good question. If a person could only read one of the Rebirth series, which one would you give them? I'm going to tell you. My favorite Rebirth, oh hell, Batman and Detective are really good. But I was going to say Red Hood and the Outlaws. As shocking as that is, that book is a boatload of fun. I know New 52 Red Hood was awful, but the same writer is tearing it up in Rebirth, Scott Lobdell. It is really good. But I guess I'd have to say, Tom King Batman. But boy, Red Hood and the Outlaws is just right behind him. CLC, one branch in the ground and broken ribs. I hate writing in the dark. No, it's been like this since I woke up at 5 p.m. Just read that stat. Wait, what stat? Riri Williams is a top-notch character. That's why Bendis is great. He up and created some great characters, their place in the universe, etc. Hey, I totally agree, Chris M. I like Riri. She's interesting. I think the whole thing's interesting. I happen to like some of these new characters that that Marvel created. I'm not a big fan of all the Marvel events. That sort of jars me, but I liked all the new characters that Marvel created. Oh, read that stat. The Iron Man as in ASAP. ASAP. Okay, I will. Okay, it's that good. Stat means now. Yeah, I know that is odd. They're making a Red Hood and the Outlaws Omni from New 52 when nobody asked for that. It was reviled, so I don't get it. Have I read Injection? Is that the Warren Ellis book? I have not. Oh, you have an age-inappropriate crush on Riri Williams? That's cool. I have a crush on Harley Quinn. I get it. I know it's a cartoon. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Totally agree. I totally get it. Cycle Cleveland not feeling well. Any other questions here? We've got 50 viewers. Somebody needs to ask me a question. Even if I don't know it, at least you'll be able to take a shot of bourbon or something. Tequila, Diet Cherry Coke, whatever. What else can I show you? Here's a book that James Dayrit recommended that I got. Charlie's War. That's great. I mean, technically it's great. I haven't read it yet, but it's supposed to be great. Daniel, no, I have not read the Postal one-shots. I'm looking forward to them. I hope they're in my box at Third Eye Comics so I can grab them up. Iron Cardinal's in love with Medusa. Yeah, I get that too. I just got an action figure of her from the fabulous Tyler Blunt. He gifted me this because she's from Walgreens. I couldn't find her. Look at that. What a great figure this is. How could you not be in love with her? She's looking good. Jess, when you first read Crisis on Infinite Earths, what was your reaction to the story? To me, as I recall, at the time, I'm guessing that was probably around 1984. That was the first, to my knowledge, that was the first line-wide crossover that took place over like an entire year for DC. And I collected every book. I read every book. I was shocked at the deaths, especially of Wally West and Supergirl. I was very much shocked at those deaths. And I was surprised it took as long as it did for Barry Allen to come back. Postal Mark is just as good as issue 25. Wow. Issue 25 was the best Postal issue there was. So that's high praise. Do an OmniDog Vault special on newspaper strip collections and why they are great. Good idea. What was the first book of your collection? Oh, gosh. I don't even know that I can remember that far back. I'm sure it was some trade paperback. My collection started upstairs. It's upstairs in the library. So it was probably Boys Ranch or something by Jack Kirby and Joe Simon. I'll say that. I got that back in the 90s. Also, Cycle Cleveland wants credit for the custom bound comics video. I might be doing that this weekend. I will remember to give you credit. I have to give you credit for everything, especially the root beer. You really need to read Nikolai Dante. It and Uzagi are the only two comics that never dip in quality and just keeps on getting better. Nikolai Dante has ended and has 11 trades. Oh, 11. I don't know if I want to get into that. That's so many trades. That sounds like manga to me. But I'll give it a shot. I'll at least read volume 1 of Nikolai Dante. I don't know if you can get it on InStockTrades.com, InStock Trades, where you can get up to 50% off on your trade collection books. You can get 2 to 3% loyalty discount. Over $50 in an order can get you free shipping in the United States, bomb-proof packaging, and the loveliest, most talented, and amazing customer service in the United States, maybe in the world. That's InStockTrades.com. You got to get your books from there. That's where we all get our books from. Your feet are all fine now, Jess? Not quite. I'm going through physical therapy now for my foot. That hurts like heck. I'm able to walk. I still have a special boot screwing up my hips and my back, but otherwise I'm recovering pretty quickly. Thank you for asking. I appreciate that. Have you read any of Eclipse or Port of Earth by Zach Kaplan? I have not. E. Tyler Lindvall has a man crush on Tyler Blunt. Join the club, pal. I've read Eclipse and Port of Earth. Tell us about it. Tell us about Port of Earth and Eclipse, because I've been reading about them, but I don't know anything about them. So I'd love to know more about them. What was something pretty expensive you got that you didn't like or was disappointed by? And do you need to read Red Hood Outlaws New 52 to get the new stuff? No. I'll answer that last question first. I boycotted New 52, Red Hood and the Outlaws. I went into it cold. All you need to know is who Red Hood is. Jason Todd. That's it. And there's new characters, completely new, that are great. It's written really well. It's interesting and exciting. So no, you don't need to know anything about New 52. What was something pretty expensive you got that you didn't like or was disappointed by? Something pretty expensive. Um, it's hard to disappoint me. I'm usually pretty happy with everything that I get. Gosh, that's a good question. What disappointed me? I was disappointed that my Zatanna that just came in statue, the fire in her hand was broken. That kind of disappointed me because I had to super glue it back together. Um, so I would say Zatanna being broken was the only thing that disappointed me. As far as statues and books go, I think so. I'm pretty happy about things that I get. Do you buy any singles now, Jess? I only get Harley Quinn singles. I double dip on her. I like all the covers. For some reason, I just like collecting her. It makes no sense, but I do. Have you checked out any Titan or their Statics press in print? I don't think I have. Shorty Larson asks, do you think over the years comic books have progressed in a way that is getting better and better, or do you think that there could be more work done to make them more original and imaginative? That's a good question. I think over the years comic books have gotten fantastic. Considering what I grew up with, and I do still have that nostalgic feel for those books that I grew up with. But looking back at them, modern comic books, this is the true golden age. The books that we have, the artists, the writers, the ideas, the places the creators take us, we are miles above, in my opinion, where we were. Every year just gets better and better. And if it's possible for them to be more original, imaginative, if it's possible, I'm all for it. I look forward to that then. I think we are living in the true golden age of comics. The selection we have now is unbelievable, and the presentation. If you collect singles or you collect trades, the quality of the books is great. One thing is, it's really too expensive. Floppies are too expensive. I'm really unhappy with how expensive floppies are. That's what me give up collecting floppies. It just boggles my mind how a kid, and I mean somebody 10 or 12 or 8 years old, could even get into the hobby now. $3 and $4 and $5 for a comic book. I mean, I'm not trying to date myself, but it was a big deal when comics went from 12 cents to 15 cents when I was a kid. And then they went to 20 cents or a quarter. But I don't know how how a kid can afford books. That's what worries me. How we can get more youngsters into comic books because they are so darn expensive. I mean, you can get a video game for $25 that lasts you 100 hours. $25 worth of comics, that's like 5 comics and you can read them in an hour. I don't know. I just worry about that. Nikolai Dante has a lot of out of print trades, unfortunately. Oh, dude, now you're killing me. You're recommending something that I got to hunt for? Let's see. Did you bind the Spectre? I did not. Brooks did in the group. Has anyone read the Thundercats He-Man comic? Any good? I have not. I have not read it. So anybody in the chat want to pop up about Thundercats He-Man? Show us your holy grail. My holy grail. What do you mean by holy grail? Is that book or statue, James? Book or statue? Is your daughter into comics like you? No, unfortunately, she is into video games like I am. She loves Star Wars movies. She loved Deadpool. She watched Deadpool with me, the movie. But she's not into comics. She doesn't enjoy the same music I do. She did enjoy my music when she was younger, but now I mean, you've heard my playlist. It's all a bunch of stuff I've never heard of. So yeah, seriously, I bet you see what I mean when you read them. I was going to quit Eclipse, but they were any holy grails, your best of the best. Double dip on her. Hey now, is Thor Heroes Return Omnibus or Thor by Walter Simonson Omnibus any good? Haven't read Thor Heroes Return, but Thor by Walter Simonson is considered classic, and not in a bad way like classic Silver Age or something, but classic like it's so amazing that it'll never be repeated. Walt Simonson's Thor is great, super fantastic. Wasn't Six Guns supposed to be made into a TV show? Shot time. Get your shots out. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that question. Sorry. Take a shot. Have you read American Splendor? Yes, I've been on board American Splendor since the 80s. I have a lot of the original comics. I have a ton of the tons of the trades and the comics and the movie and the collections. I love American Splendor. When Harvey Picard died, that actually affected me. I considered him a great creator. How do I do that red at thing? Let's see. Both books are great. Salmon is probably better, but I love Heroes Return. Both are great. When will Moon Knight get a Netflix show? That's a good question. That would be a great show. And is Bemis's new series any good? I haven't read it, so I can't answer that. That's not the same as I don't know. I just haven't read it. That's a different drinking game. If it turns red if they're adding you. Simonson with Beth, both are good. Simonson Thor is excellent. You can at Chris M by putting their name. I don't know what's going on here. Just do the at symbol. Whoop. Brandon Robinson, good night, dude. Video games are now $80. I just downloaded something for like $30. Any opinions on the Punisher Back to War omnibus? That is a collection of his earliest stuff. My opinion is I like that old stuff. It's not a continuous arc except for the Mike Zeck stuff at the very end. But I like it for the origins, but I don't know that it's going to appeal to many people because it's like single issues and his origin and stuff. So I don't know that it's going to appeal to everybody. I like having it all in one volume. But that's it's not going to be like Garth Ennis Punisher or Rick Remender Punisher, where it's a bunch of collected stories that are continuous and make a bunch of sense as a collected arc. Punisher back in the Essential Book and think it was all really dated, not that great. He was like a normal supervillain at first. Gotta go just okay, Brandon. Psycho Cleveland not feeling well. Book and statue Holy Grails. Huh. My Holy Grail for a long time, years and years, was Strangers in Paradise hardcover omnibus. I was lucky last year I got to buy that from a person in the group. Um, I my Holy Grail is not necessarily my favorite statue, but I would think a statue that. What is my Holy Grail statue? Probably, I think that if I didn't already have her, this Harley, whoop, I'm getting caught up here. This Harley Quinn right here would probably be my Holy Grail because that's one of the original bombshells that I got. And if I didn't have her, I'd have to go out and get her. And that's like a $400 statue now. And I got her for, I don't know, under $100, which was why the bombshells were so cool. Was that they were so well made and so interesting and so such interesting poses and stuff. And they were affordable. But now a lot of them are out of production and they go for a lot of money. Like the Black Canary bombshell is really expensive now on eBay. And I think they even had trouble selling that thing at first. I love it. It's one of my faves. But I don't know that it sold that fast, but they haven't reproduced it. So I would say that's probably my Holy Grail statue if I didn't own it. But my favorite statue is Gwen, I think, right there. What is something you don't like about comic shops that you experienced or are delighted with if you see it? Oh, customer service. If I go into a comic shop and I get ignored, that just drives me bonkers. I can't stand that. And I've had that. You see that more often than not, unfortunately. That's what's great about Third Eye Comics in Annapolis is that as soon as you open that door to go in there, there are people saying, "How you doing? What can I help you with? What's going on? How's it going? How's your day?" It's like Cheers, the bar, man. You walk in there, they want to know how they can help you. And if you don't need their help, they're like, okay, that's cool. But if you need their help, boom, they are right there helping you with everything you need, recommendations. Where's the obscure comic I need? I mean, that Third Eye is awesome that way. They're awesome selection and awesome personnel. So that is exactly what drives me to drink. Well, not to drink anymore, but that drives me nuts. And what's so great about Third Eye is great customer service. I do look right at the bombshells' asses. That's true. At the comic, Jess, do you think super? Whoop! Why does it keep jumping like that? Jess, do you think Superman has a good collection of villains? I've always found them more compelling than Batman's. Yeah, I think Superman's got a good collection of villains. I dig them. Psycho Cleveland has visited Harvey Picar's grave many times. Interesting. Jess, what are good underground comics? Uh, you mean like, boy, the furthest underground I go is R. Crumb stuff. That's as far underground as I go. I mean, and that's not really that underground. Um, yeah, probably R. Crumb stuff. That's the only underground kind of comics with COMIX that I could even recommend. Have you liked American Vampire? Yeah, I've read the first 5 books and really like it a lot. I know Volume 1 Omnibus is coming. These are standard size hardcovers, so I may or may not upgrade. Um, as we all know, I'm on a budget now, and since I have everything already collected, I may just stick with my hardcovers, although I would love to see it in oversized form. Logan Hamill asked Jess, between Marvel and DC, who do you think has the better catalog of iconic heroes? Oh, that is strictly, I think they each have a number of amazing iconic heroes. Um, I think everybody in the world probably knows Superman and Batman, but everybody in the United States probably now knows Spider-Man, Fantastic Four, Guardians of the Galaxy, Avengers because of the movies. So I don't know. That's a tough question. Um, I would say Marvel has a a bunch of B plus characters that everybody recognizes, and DC has a, like the top 3 A plus characters, and then it kind of drops off to characters a lot of people wouldn't recognize. So that's just my opinion. Jesus, Jess, we're all going to have to go to AA. You better get your shit straight. I told you I don't know everything. Jess, favorite guitarist out of Hendrix, Clapton, Jeff Beck, Jimmy Page? That would be Jimmy Page. P-Car is buried in the awesome Lakeview Cemetery, which is a block from my apartment. That is cool. Wait, what question did Sledge ask? Just what are good underground comics? Yeah, no, I just don't know. Oh, I said I don't know, so you have to take a shot. Sorry, you guys are probably going to be throwing up pretty soon. Shorty Larson, have you read or have any favorite Black Widow comic runs? That's a good question. I have read, I think the only Black Widow that I've really read a lot of is the Nathan Edmondson run. I really like that a lot. I agree with E. Tyler Lindvall. The Sky's Gone Out for Bauhaus. I love that album. Oh, In the Flat Field is great too. Xbox games are $60. Have you read any Rocketeer books? Yes, I have. Where's my oversized Rocketeer book? I'm afraid to pull out any oversized book because I'll knock over my computer like I did with fucking Nemo. But yeah, Rocketeer is great. Dave Stevens is amazing artist and writer. That was a big loss. This thing keeps going to the end. Let's see. I have to scroll back. Sorry, guys. Gwen Stacy statue of the umbrella is awesome. Thank you. Have we talked about Nightfall yet? No, we have not. On a serious note, did everything smooth over regarding the recent hauls? Nick, are you talking about my recent hauls and my budget or something else? Tiny Grave, made available yourself. Jess, did you get that Cliff Chang Green Arrow Black Canary statue? It is beautiful. that was a little too pricey for me. It is beautiful though, and that is a really cool statue. Yeah, I am on a budget after I blew the budget on the box set. Okay, we're talking about jazz in the chat. That's cool. Do you like the Beach Boys, Jess? Yeah, I do. I like the Beach Boys a lot. Hendrix is better than Page. WTF, Jess? Psycho Cleveland. Don't you have to go throw up somewhere? Any hope of a Jonah Hex omnibus? That's a great question. I would love it. I have a nice, big, thick collection of Jonah Hex books right here. All these books right here, Jonah Hex. I would love to get a Jonah Hex Omni. I love Jonah Hex. I've always loved him, even when I was a teenager. Yeah, Nick, I did have a ton of statues coming, and it did work out okay because I explained that everything was pre-ordered last year, but that I wasn't doing anything this year, which is the truth. I did do a bunch of pre-ordering from last year. So regarding that, Nick, everything has been fine. Thank you for asking. Green Arrow Rebirth is so good. I agree. Ryan K70, yeah. Jonah Hex Omni, both classic and Gray Palmiotti, yes. Biggie Cheese, thoughts on Nick Spencer writing Spider-Man? I happen to like Nick Spencer, so I'm looking forward to that. That's fine. And Ta-Nehisi Coates writing Captain America? Sure, why not? If it's good, I'll read it. Was Mark Waid's new Captain America run any good? I haven't read it yet, so I don't know. Well, Jimmy Owens, thank you for watching. How is the Binding in Watchmen Deluxe Edition? Do you know? I do not own that. I own the Absolute. Biggie Cheese, I really liked Wade's Captain America. Not groundbreaking or anything, but is really good, says E. Tyler Linval. And E. Tyler and I generally have similar tastes. So John Wilson's going to bed. Dude, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Jess, you ever read Coates' BP run? I haven't yet. I haven't, and I kind of got burnt out on Black Panther when I struggled with Christopher Priest's run, and so I just kind of gave up on Black Panther a little bit. So I just didn't read it. I need to go back and give it another shot. I got a bunch of deluxe hardcovers from Marvel and DC that need to be read after I do Planetary. The Planetary Omnibus is the Omnibroslive Omnibus of the month, and that is going to be read at the end of March. So if you're into it, check out Planetary digitally, trade paperback, omnibus, however you can get it, because we're going to be doing a review and discussion of it at the end of the month. Just, do you watch CNBC every morning? I do not. I usually don't even really look at the market till probably around noon because the stuff I invest in takes a while to get going. So I usually dial in CNBC around noon, and then at 2 I go to CNN because I have a huge crush on Brooke Baldwin, and I have her on 2 to 4 every day. So I have no idea what the market's doing from 2 to 4 every day because I'm watching Brooke Baldwin. Am I going to do a 3-hour stream? I don't know. I keep getting questions. I still have viewers, so I'll go till I run out of questions. Nick Munoz, glad to hear you're still going to be with us. What will your excuse be for this year, Jess? This year, present Jess is not making any problems for future Jess. That is a promise. That's not going to happen. Staying within a budget, not pre-ordering anything, sticking to business, sticking to my knitting. Jess, did you like the Hex series, Jonah Hex in Space? I never read that. Not familiar with it. Nick Munoz is pumped for Spencer Spidey. That's cool. Jess, have you seen the Justice League movie, and what did you think of Superman's return in the film? I thought it was fine. I know Justice League gets a lot of hate. I enjoyed the movie. I thought it was fun. I thought Superman's return was exciting, and I'm glad he and Bruce finally kissed and made up by the end of the film. Don't read Coates without reading Other BP first. I have read Other BP. Thoughts on Scotty Young writing Deadpool? I think it's great. I think Scotty Young writes fun stuff. I loved I Hate Fairyland. And I didn't he do Oz too or something? No, that was he illustrated Oz. Yeah, I think Scotty Young's going to be great on Deadpool. I'm really looking forward to it. Jimmy Owens. Anyone read Miss Marvel with Kamala? Oh yeah, Kamala Khan is awesome. She's, as Giovanni Menendez says, she is this generation's Peter Parker. I think Kamala Khan is an excellent character. I love that series. And I'm going to answer a couple more questions. It's 10 o'clock, so I've been on for 2 hours. I didn't think I could do it. Let's see. Love that Muslim girls lead. People need to know they're on terrorists. I encourage. Love those 2 books. Sledge asks, what cartoon, toy line, comic, or TV show you would want to come back? I was going to say Twilight Zone, but I think they're bringing that back, or they've already brought it back. Cartoon. That's a good question. Toy line, comic. I'm going to have to think about that one. That's a good question. I did not read Scotty's Rocket Raccoon Run. That's good that it was fun. I'll read that. Is it just in trades? Oh, I know, Sledge. Incredible Edibles. You guys Google that. Incredible Edibles. That was, I can't even believe that was a thing. But you guys need to Google the toy Incredible Edibles. You baked these gelatinous things in this scorching hot little clamshell that would go down and make these disgusting rubberized edible treats that were like sort of fruit flavored. I'd love to see that again and see what they would do to it now. They probably couldn't even make it now. I'm sure kids burn the hell out of themselves. But Google Incredible Edibles so you could see that's the kind of thing I played with when I was 10 years old. No, it wasn't edible panties. It might have been made out of the same material. I haven't read the Fat Fury yet, Herbie Popnecker. I'm reading Planetary, and then once I get done with Planetary, I'll work my way into that. I need to find book 3. I think that the person I ordered it from dropped the ball and didn't send it to me. So I'll have to check up on that. Hey, Avi, I'm just getting ready to sign off because I've been on for 2 hours. Do you have any questions I can answer for you? Let's see, where is Herbie? Just a sec. Oh, I got a bunch of figures on Herbie. Did you experience the change to glossy paper in comics? Yeah, I would think so. I don't think fruit roll-ups existed back in 1969, Jimmy. So, incredibly, I'm supposed to read Invincible Iron Man, and I got a lot to read. So, any other questions? Because I just bought the Chew Absolutes. Beautiful books. Do you recommend? Yeah, Chew's fun. Chew's really great. What an interesting concept. And the guy's a really good guy. Met him at, did I meet him at AwesomeCon or Baltimore? They both run together. I think I met him at AwesomeCon. Very nice guy. Where did you get the picture frames that hold the singles behind you? These guys, Target. I think I got them from Target online. Jess, are you a fan of Duck Donuts? I've heard about Duck Donuts. I want to try them. I've heard about them, but I haven't eaten them. Where are they located? Are they in Baltimore or something, or someplace in Maryland? Okay, E. Tyler. Good night. Thanks for tuning in. Happy birthday indeed to Omar. Yeah, Duck Donuts. I want to find out where Duck Donuts is. Just do you use wet shaving or do you use an electric shaver? I do both. I do electric shaver first, then I hop in the shower and I go over it with a blade. Thank you for asking. Oh, there's one in Rockville. Sledge, where are you located? Duck Donuts. Okay, I'll try it in Rockville. Rockville also has a Habit Burger, and apparently Habit Burger is supposed to be really good. All right, Logan. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Thank you, Kenny. I appreciate it. Once more, let me tell you about InStockTrades.com. You can get up to 50% off on your books. There's a loyalty discount, 2 to 3%, depending on the week. Over $50 in books gets you free shipping in the United States. They have bomb-proof packaging, wonderful customer service, and they also have a damaged book sale. If you're lucky, and I've been lucky 100% of the time, really, you can get some really good bargains in that damaged book sale. Things with like a ding or a dent in them for 60 or 70% off. So if you're careful, you can get really lucky in the IST damage sale. So I appreciate everybody watching tonight. I appreciate you hanging in there with me. I'm sorry if any of you got drunk because I didn't know too many things. Let's see here. Last couple questions. How are the damaged trades? I've gotten several damaged trades from them, and I guess it's just a crapshoot. You just never know. I have had absolutely no problem. It could be like a bent, tiny little bent corner or something. I have not experienced it. Now you could get something where half the cover's torn off. I don't know. You just take your chances. So I can't say one way or the other how you're going to do on the damage sale. But my experience has been it's really worth it. Oh, thank you, Caldwell Comics. Good to see you too. You can catch me on YouTube, OmniDog's Vault. You can catch me on Instagram, OmniDogs_Vault. Omnibroslive has an Instagram also. If you go there, you'll see our hauls, which I need to do. You'll see our hauls and other stuff that we have going on. Gabe posts videos regularly now of various things that are going on. And you can also hear us on iTunes, the podcast version of OmniBros. And Omar's got the same birthday as Stephen Curry. Have you ever seen Steph Curry, and the Omar in the same room? Yeah, so thank you very much. I've been on for 2 hours, and I think that's probably plenty of time. You guys are probably sick of me. Those of you that have been taking shots, I apologize. I'm sure you're totally drunk by now. But thank you so much for watching. Please patronize IST. Thank you for watching Omnibros Live. You guys are great. I had a bunch of fun tonight. I hope I was halfway informative for you guys, and you got to see some of the man cave, the back cave. So that was cool. So everybody, thank you for watching. Peace and love. Peace and love. You guys are awesome. Thank you very much. Whoops, I hit the wrong button.